Hi everyone, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video I want to say something clearly. Something that might actually make a lot of you happy. Sugar doesn't cause acne, at least not by itself. Despite what you've probably heard, there's never been a study that actually proves sugar causes acne. The one study that keeps getting quoted in articles, blog posts and by influencers is from way back in 2007. Yes, that study found that people eating a lower glycemic diet had fewer breakouts. But the part that always gets left out is that they changed the entire dietary pattern, not sugar alone. It reduced processed carbs, refined grains, dairy and overall glycemic load. So we cannot say sugar was the problem. And if you actually read the study, the authors even say, and I quote, "We cannot exclude the possibility that other dietary factors may have contributed to the observed effects." But of course the media just simplified that into a catchy headline, because they know most people just read the title, not the study itself. And once that headline exists, sugar causes acne, it gets repeated, repackaged and copied everywhere. And since everything mentioned in that study, like dairy, refined grains and processed carbs, fits perfectly into the standard westernized diet, it became an easy headline for media outlets and influencers to push their own agendas. The result is that most people have no idea what the original study actually found, or more importantly, what it didn't, which makes marketing in that direction a whole lot easier. But what I've actually seen in my own experience tells a very different story. As most of you watching this know, I've been tracking my skin, diet and reactions closely for over a year now. And what I've consistently noticed is this. Whenever I eat a homemade pastry made with refined sugar, flour, milk, egg, butter, I don't break out. Same with baked goods from a local bakery I trust, no issues at all, even when the sugar content is higher than usual. And especially when I avoid certain ingredients like fruit or nuts, which I know can trigger reactions for me, especially on my back, shoulders and chin. My skin stays completely clear. But if I eat a supermarket pastry or something from a dubious bakery or an online store that mass produces their products, even if it sometimes looks healthier, I break out. So what's the difference? Well, it's not the sugar. Sugar is present in both and often in higher amounts in my homemade or selected bakery versions. But what changes is everything else. First of all, there are seed oils, especially when they are baked at high heat. They oxidize and trigger inflammation. I have no doubt about that one anymore. Then there's fruits sprayed with chemicals, and honestly, that's my biggest issue. I highly recommend being very careful with food, unless you really have a reliable source, or unless it's a fruit with a hard shell like an avocado, where pesticides are less likely to get inside. And definitely check sources like the Environmental Working Group. They list out which fruits and veggies carry the highest pesticides risk. Then come preservatives, emulsifiers, gums, and probably the worst of all, chemical dough conditioners and enzymes. These are ingredients you often can't even pronounce. It's usually not just one thing, it's a chemical cocktail your body struggles to process, especially if you're eating these foods regularly. And that's really the issue here. Your body reacts to foreign substances it doesn't recognize or can't handle easily, especially when there are many of them. And when that happens, your skin steps in to help push those toxins out, because your liver, kidneys or gut might already be overloaded. So no, your skin isn't reacting to sweetness for the sake of it. It's not trying to push sugar out. Your body is reacting to something it sees as a threat, something toxic or foreign, something it identifies as waste and wants to get rid of it before it can do deeper harm, and which it can't expel through the usual system. So instead of blaming the sugar, start looking at what else is in your food. You've probably heard the saying, avoid anything where you can't pronounce the ingredients. And that really applies here. Check the ingredient label carefully. Ask where your food came from. Look at the oils, the additives, the preservatives. Or better, choose food that don't need an ingredients list in the first place. Make it yourself or buy it from a trusted source so you know exactly what's in it. That way, you can still enjoy sweets without triggering your skin. It's honestly as simple as that. And this isn't just important for your skin, it matters for your overall health and the health of your kids too. Now, just to be clear, I'm not saying sugar is harmless. Too much sugar can definitely lead to other issues like blood sugar problems, weight gain, and for sure dental problems, which I believe is the biggest issue. But all I'm saying is this, it's not about avoiding pleasure. It's about avoiding ingredients your body clearly doesn't tolerate. And that's where I think the real focus should be. So I'll wrap it up right here. I hope that you learned something new today and that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.